Have you ever noticed that when somebody starts looking at a spider, they usually don't tell anyone right away? They'll watch videos, they'll browse dealership websites, they'll scroll through Facebook Marketplace, they'll even compare models. And they'll do something else. They'll start doing math, a lot of math. You know, the kind I'm talking about. Look at the price, then they'll look at their bank account, then they'll look at the price again, then they'll close the browser. Then 2 days later, they're right back looking at a spider again. If you ever done that, trust me, you're not alone. I'm Kevin, low budget spider writer. And if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Today, I want to talk about the moment I stopped asking myself if I could afford a spider. Because looking back, I realized I was asking the wrong questions all along. But let's be honest, a spider, like most modern motorcycles, isn't a cheap purchase. Nobody's ever walked into a dealership, looked at a spider, and said, well, that's surprisingly inexpensive. It just doesn't happen. Whether you're looking at a new RT, an F3, or even a well-kept used model, it's still a significant amount of money. Then your mind starts adding things up. Insurance, maintenance, riding gear, accessories, registration, and all the associated costs that comes with owning a spider. And before long, you've talked yourself out of it. Then a week later, you're watching spider videos again. Sound familiar? What I finally realized was I wasn't really asking whether I could afford a spider. What I was really asking was whether I could justify it. Then after a while, I realized I was asking myself two different questions. Because most of us looking at these machines aren't 25 years old anymore. We're at a different stage in our lives. We spent years being responsible. We've raised families. We paid mortgages. We've worked jobs. And we handle all of the obligations that we faced during our lifetimes. We spend a lot of our lives putting other people first. So when something comes along that we want for ourselves, sometimes we feel guilty about it. We start treating every dollar like it has to be defended in court. We start asking ourselves questions we never asked about anything else. Should I really spend this money? Is this practical? Do I really need it? And the truth is, nobody needs a spider, just like nobody needs a fishing boat. Nobody needs a golf membership, or nobody needs that expensive RV, or even that classic car that we like to buy and keep in the garage. But people do spend money on those things every day because they add something to their lives. And that's when my thinking started to change. I began paying attention to spider owners, not the machines, the owners. And I noticed something interesting. Nobody was standing around talking about monthly payments. Nobody was talking about interest rates. Nobody was talking about financing terms. What they were talking about was trips, adventures, friends they met, places they visited, and those back roads that they discovered, the memories they made. That's what they talked about. And during those conversations, I remember hearing owner after owner say some version of the same thing. I wish I had done it sooner. And that statement stuck with me because I almost never hear anybody say, I wish I would have waited another 5 years. I hear people say they wish they had started riding sooner. I hear people say they wish they had taken that trip sooner. I even hear people say they wish they had stopped putting things off. And that's when the question changed for me. Instead of asking, can I afford a spider? I started asking myself, what is the wait costing me? Now that's a harder question because money isn't the only thing we spend in life. We spend time too. And the older we get, the more valuable time becomes. Every riding season matters. Every summer matters. Every opportunity matters. You start realizing there may never be a perfect time because there'll always be bills. There'll always be responsibilities. There will always be reasons to wait. And if you're waiting for life to become completely risk-free and financially perfect, you may be waiting forever. Now, before anybody jumps in the comments, I'm not saying go buy something you generally can't afford. That's not what I'm saying at all. Being financially responsible matters. What I'm saying is sometimes we become so focused on the cost that we completely ignore the value. And those are not the same thing. A spider isn't just transportation. Most of us already have transportation. A spider is an experience. It's a reason to get out of the house. It's a reason to take the long way home. It's a reason to meet people you never would have met otherwise. It's a reason to make memories you'll still be talking about years from now. And those things have value too. As a low budget spider rider, I've always believed you don't have to buy the newest machine. You don't even have to buy the most expensive machine. You don't have to have every accessory in the catalog. Sometimes the smartest move is finding a spider that fits your budget and getting you started on your riding journey. Because at the end of the day, the memories don't care whether you're riding the newest spider or a well-loved spider with a few years on it. The smile is always going to be the same. The wind feels the same. The adventure feels the same. And that's what matters. So when did I stop asking if I could afford a spider? I stopped asking when I realized I wasn't buying the machine. I was investing in the experiences. I was investing in the memories. I was investing in a part of my life that I've been putting off for far too long. And once I understood that, the entire conversation changed. I love to hear from spider owners watching this. When was the moment you finally decided to pull the trigger? What convinced you it was time? Share your story in the comments because I guarantee there are people watching right now who are asking themselves the same question you once asked. And if you enjoy this type of spider ownership content, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss my next video. And always, always live for the experiences and definitely, definitely enjoy the ride. Peace.